Jangchub Jodong Toji Chono La Jangchub Bada Dana Josen Dagger Chichi Jibe Tono Jin Tola Pencha Sanje Rubber Jangchub Jodong Toji Chono La Jangchub Bada Dana Josen Dagger Chichi Jibe Tono Jin Tola Pencha Sanje Rubber Jangchub Jodong Toji Chono Shangchub Bada Dana Josen Dagger Chichi Jibe Tono Jin Tola Pencha Sanje Rubber. Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Shila.
I hope you're all doing well.
Good morning, sir.
Looks, I can see you. You look like everyone looks very happy. It's a good look. Looks like everyone's smiling. You know, like this time. So everyone's very difficult time. And you smile, that shows you're very good. You know, keep your mind very positive. As you know, it's not easy for all of us, everyone, like 7 billion human beings. It's not easy for keep your mind like calm and positive. It's very difficult. Maybe you think about your parents, or you think about your friend, your family member. I'm sure everyone has a lot of responsibility to think about that things. Therefore, firstly, maybe we think about that, Right now, I think you guys also, most people in the home. Of course, maybe you're doing your job in the home, then you spend more time there, Sometimes we have days too long and we don't have much to do, then we are very bored and also stressful. And if you don't, like you have a lot of free times, you don't know what to do, then maybe you can divide your day. You can say, okay, morning I'm get up like that, from that to that, do a little bit, meditation, also do a little exercise, Everyone knows yoga, right? The one yoga teachers here, Sera's here also. You can do a little bit yoga, And then after you can say, okay, after yoga, then I have some breakfast. Then, just relax, Then, do something. Something, you can write down, okay, time from here to here, I do that. From here to here, I do that. From here to here. Because try to, you all day from like 8 to 9 p.m. You can but divide your day. You can do daily thing, whatever you do things. Because you have something to do, you put, divide your day, then it keeps your mind busy. Like me, I'm really busy these days. Very funny, It's today's Sunday, really? It's too short. Because I'm not saying I'm very good practitioner, but I just divide my day. Every morning, so I do also recite 10,000 times Om Mani Padme Hum. Like then afternoon, there's something to do. In the evening, I do short, for the Facebook Live for everyone. Then after also like 8:30 to 9, also I do for Tibetans. Also we use the Zoom. Like every night, like more than 100 people, participate for. Some people in some Washington D.C., New York. We just like this, we recite Tara. Do something, then your day is very short. Otherwise, usually, I go out, walking, I go to Donkey Donut, hanging out. But these days, I didn't go out that much. The day time is very short. Therefore, you guys, I'm not saying I'm doing all the practice, but do something. You can also, divide, you just write down schedule. Okay, I can do like this. Then it keeps you also, you can stay home. Also, you are busy. Also, your mind busy. Also, body busy. Then your mind doesn't have time to think it too much. Sometimes, we don't have much to do, turn on the TV, stay there, then the news is the news, always, broken news. They're not very good news, especially these times. They're not good news. They're all the broken news. Then it makes for us to very more stressed, more worry, more sad. Therefore, don't look on the TV. You can maybe tell, okay, maybe I can reach that half hour. It's enough. Because we need to know what's going on, also how can protect for ourselves. Because our protection is for others protect. It's a really Bodhisattva practice, right? Bodhicitta or Bodhisattva, Bodhicitta means think about others, do your practice. This is really reality. Now we can say, wow, it's Bodhicitta or Bodhisattva's practice. Now really this makes sense. We can see the doctors, the nurses, they send message. Please stay for me. Right? Do you see? Because we stay home, we not sick. We don't sick, we have to go hospital. Then they get also less, they can more rest time. Right? The Bodhisattva said, benefit others, do you practice. It's really, not really is this, scientist. Scientist.
Similar.
Similar scientist, right? Now we say, wow, really Buddhism, we can a little bit cry. Anyway, therefore, you can just say, divide your day. You can say, okay, I'm practicing this much time. Also in your family, your maybe husband or wife, your boyfriend, something, then also don't stay yourself one corner. Then they are bored. You need to accompany them, okay? But you the leader to accompany how to do things. You board, So you board the whole family, okay? But this is, I'm not talking about Buddhism, just try to, use the idea, keep our mind and the body too busy. Otherwise, we so much worry, we have a lot of worries, Therefore, it is also don't watch all the time news because it makes us too crazy, okay? Of course, we need to learn what's going on, how to practice us. But you guys are the expert, you know how to practice. Therefore, this time is the best vaccine is stay home. That's it. They're not vaccine. All entire world. This is the best. If you possible, stay home. Then some people know also who work the hospitals, there's no choice to go work, but they can also do much you can to protection. And also try to not too stressful, too worry. Sometimes even you don't get the COVID-19, but you get another disease come because your mind too worry, too thinking, too many things. Then another also disease come up. This is happen always. Therefore, best way is to make busy your mind and body both. Do something, Then you can read the book, you can read the story. Right now you go to, if you have internet, you can go to, Google, you can find all things there, Buddhism stuff, even, yoga stuff, some meditation stuff, some different kind of stuff you can find. Usually we say, oh, I don't have time to much practice. I don't have much time to study. Or I don't have time to spend with my family. So you always complain. Right? I don't have time to spend with my kids. I don't have spend time with my family. We always complain. Now try to take this opportunity. The lovjong. Not the lovjong na was. Yangi chanchalam the jirwasage.
So just like it is said in the mind training teachings, that so changing or transforming the adverse condition into a path.
Therefore, you say, okay, this is a great time to spend with my families, my children's. I'm sure you have children, you're always busy, all day busy. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you don't get time to rest. You have to make the kids to know bored. Okay? This, I'm not talking about you meditation all day. It doesn't work. You cannot do all day meditation. Try to just do something, okay? This is the like simple way everyone try to make. I'm sure you have two things. If you have big backyard, sometimes if weather's good, go there. You know, some clean up, do something. I just make it really simple, okay? Not just stay home. Okay, what does happen? Finish. When it becomes, you know, regular time, think about this. Doesn't fix. You know, the guide to the Buddhist way, you know, I said it 100 million times. Is I'm too loud? Okay. Sometimes I'm too loud, then, you know, my voice get hurt. Now, anyway, do something, you know, you have your own backyard, go to some cleaning, you know, do things, just keep clean. You just keep busy your mind and body both, okay? This for everyone. You can also invite your family members. Maybe your family friends not Buddhism, because, okay, you can do meditation, Buddhist, they don't understand what to talk about. Try to, you can say, okay, you can make that, you know, divide your day. Then, you know, you can also put, okay, I'm going to read some book. I'm going to search something. Okay, I'm going to clean up my home. Or I'm going to laundry. Or I'm going to, you know, eat, you know. Then I'm going to, you know, just walk around in my house. Don't go to the, you know, parks, okay? It's also dangerous. We don't know the virus, where they're going. You can invite them, you know. So don't, you know, if you say, oh, mom or dad, stay all day home. They were very more stressful. You can make some, you know, some divide the days. Exactly, they don't have time to do other things. Then they will be, you know, hanging there, the time to finish. This is like one of the methods for all of us, okay? Then, of course, if you're best practitioner, then it's time to more meditation. You can, you know, no one bother you. You say, okay, you can meditate. Your job doesn't call you, come to work. You say, okay, I'm too late. You don't have to because you cannot go. Then do more meditation. You know, read more book. This time, you know, read more book about bodhicitta, compassion, and loving kindness. You know, also, you know, cause and effect. You know, these things, you know, usually Buddhism, we really talk about always. Now really this happening. You know, we don't know what happened tomorrow, right? But if you think, oh, what happened tomorrow, then more stressful. Therefore, best, don't think of tomorrow, what's going on. Of course, we have to prepare food, things, but not worry all the time. It doesn't fix, okay? This is that you can do daily. I'm sure you can divide your day. It makes you very busy. You don't have time to worry. Then I say more time. Don't turn on TV all the time. It makes for us very difficult, you know. We can see all the news. We can see all the numbers going up. Usually, you know, one hand, you know, in Asia, some countries, we don't see so many numbers. Maybe they don't, you know, test. Like in the United States also, we test more right now, then we can see the more numbers. These symptoms, you know, are also talking about the Tibetans in the Tibetan, you know, like one area, Tibetan, like 78 people got sick. But this is, of course, some people were very serious, some not that serious. Like just a regular cold, some cough, because if you have, I think, the good immune system, something, I don't know, they say, yeah, they feel, you know, just, they check, they have the disease, but they don't much feel. You know, therefore, it's not really, if you got sick, then you die, or like that. Right? But we have to be careful.
Careless.
Well, we
Don't be careless.
don't be careless. This is very important, okay? Not serious, but not careless. It's always. 나도 남의 좋아해나 아니 그 네가 누웠어.
So if we are careless, then it could be dangerous.
제가 된대에서 나도 뭐게 배워야 나도 파이 다 내버려. 되네야 아니 뭐 두지도 날 배워장자. 아니 로 chen-mo 로 두지 좋아 되네 날 보고 로 두지 좋아 날에 나 코도 찌어 시어 말해. 제가 다 공주야 너와라 가지 로 주주 시기도 와. 옛날에 그 자세자 시위 차와서 캠도 간제 당에 야사도 시작다. 두사도 시작했다. 사진은 두사 장자 시기도 와. 제가 야사도 시작이 그랬어.
And so they're very close to Geshe-la's hometown in Tibet. There are like 70, 80 people, got infected with this disease. And there were some young ones, very young people, and there are also older people who are over 70 years old. They were infected, but they were all good. None of them died. So that's, of course, if you talk from the bad side, and there's so many bad happening, but you hear all the bad sides, and the good in the news. Now I'm telling you the good side here.
제가 미카시 라기도 가지 아니 그것도 따지잖아 아니 난 나사든 두고 마도 아니 소소문이 찍다 참바 보고 선라고 치 근데 마도 아니 소화만 벌레가 먼저 근데 뭐 보여서
So if you check, then if you test it, of course, you might find it positive, but otherwise, even if you check, otherwise, it would be just like a regular cold that you feel like, and then, it doesn't bother much.
제가 연발 들리나 가도 나좀 마셔왔지 아니 소소문이 아니 소좀 해야지 그래서 내가 쳐 버렸어.
And so again, like I said, don't be careless. Just say, oh, it's just like that. It doesn't matter. Like, don't think like that. So try your best from your side to protect yourself.
제가 가상도 배와 배배 루슈들의 같이 아니 계셔야 되자. 안 같은 얘기 봐. 아니 다 공조서나 아니 나도 패닉 스트레스 고그레스. 나도 개바 넘어서 다 아니 신나치고 말해서 감라라고 말해도 소소 개왕에 내레스. 아니 다 control 소바요 담나 아니 진득도서 코들라가 되세요. control서나 다 된증무서 나서 패닉다. 가로 스트레스 고그레스 코들라가 되세요. 그 control 노래 control 시기 메레스.
So Geshe-la said he was listening, to the conversation among the Tibetans, the younger ones and older people, they're all talking together. And the older one said, don't worry about it. If it happens, it's your karma. It doesn't matter, so don't worry and don't be stressed. But the younger one says, no, it is not, all right, do not worry. You have to have a panic and stress. And so from what Geshe-la thinks is that, young people talking about, having stress and panic, it's not all right. It's not correct.
그래서나 고들은 대요나 저나 된대가 남라 요와였나 저나 대라야 아니 송접지야다 타야 그냥 답지치게 돼서 그냥 대면나 아니 주체가 말들라 공주 대고한len도 왔어.
And the young people, the reason why they say you should have stress and panic is because if you have that, then you will search for a means to avoid it or to be free from it. That's their reason.
내 말에서 안둘라고요. 안둘 짬도 저래. 아니 집바다 2000년에 봤어. 근데 질라는 임지 가디나 남라치 되게 참 말어 왔어. 그게 네발에 봐 하고와 제에서라고 왔어.
So that's not what it would mean. Like when we say taking refuge, we have to have a fear towards the suffering. It doesn't mean that you have to worry about it. You have to be panicked and stressed about it all the time. What it means is that you have to understand the suffering as suffering.
Right? 근데 단다데 딱 gem바도 단데 콘도 딱에 배워서야 가고 두알라기 메다. 다 로충어서라 아니 지제가 따와도 슉충 보여래서. 이거 배병 머리 gem바가 따와도 콘도 싫어 나와로 말해. 제가 콘도 삼나 딱뭐 gem바서라 옆에 세나 암라 요래 콘도 강에 되게 돼서. 로충어도 장을 했는데 대래면 됐어. 요 gem바서 나다에 말스. 강에 제초돼 로충바서 나주고 고도 맹에도 소리 자대요.
And so this the young Tibetan people, they are very kind of oriented, like with the Western or modern, thought, and so their mind is not very relaxed as the older Tibetan people. Older Tibetan people, they have more understanding and their mind is more relaxed, so they don't have that much of panicking or stress. So the young people, they have that more stress. Thinking about all this, worrying and all these things. So I don't think that's the correct thing.
제가 아니 가도 다 남배 주는 가르러서나 and Chirangi, and then Kowa dong and so with Dunga the Hakowachi, and the Tela Tantu logo, the Kadina Tela Shanachi, Nambachi, Lago Marwa.
And so, so those, especially the younger Tibetans, who don't have the understanding of Dharma, Dharma or Buddhism, then have more stress in their mind. So in Buddhism, when we talk about having fear towards the suffering, one of the cause for taking refuge in the individual is to have fear towards the suffering. That doesn't mean that you have to worry about the suffering all the time. What it means is that you have to understand the suffering as a suffering and have the wish, to be free from that.
Okay?
So you understand the difference?
And then Namra in a Nebala nearby Bahakochi, and the tea nearby the Soto Makowacheda, so Tsongkhapa Chandua.
And so don't have that stress or panic, but understand the suffering or the problem as the problem or suffering, and then apply a means to avoid that. Then that's the real meaning of having fear towards that.
Okay? Chezan Tenlegine, Cheza, that is Shetang to Tangi was Shetang, that's some religion, and Nika Kari Chenamachi, Mitsamako, Richade, go here, some Jade.
And so this is just the way to think, to relax your mind, because everybody is like
Right?
blown, floating with the stress and the uncertainty and all these things. So when you think in that way, then that relaxes your mind.
Right? Everyone like this? Yes, right? Everyone like that. It's okay, yeah. Chenza and Tende Samata. Ta show in the Samata Tandega Kange, and the Namjung also gets to the Kangero, Naleka Yabo Yoga Mudu said, Nanami Kange to the Napu Kanye Mudu said, so get a Kange show your so Kadina. That Tandega Kange, Zambili, Tonshu, Dinga Kangeres, Nazuchu Kange Mares.
And also, this problem is kind of a common problem of all the people in this world. So normally we have individual problems, problems faced by individuals, like the problem of not finding a job, or not having a proper, nice, good job, or problem in the family, the problem of the children not listening to you, and so forth. So that is the individual problem. So now this is a common problem of all the people, all the 7 billion people in this world.
Such a younger children, so the Chibo, the Ropa put in the test. Was.
So it's like going to a dangerous place by yourself, or going with many people together. You find more protected or supported when you travel with many people together.
Waiting. You just want yourself, or you go with many people, even the dangerous place. Just many people is better, right? Therefore, right now, 7 billion human beings with us. Maybe right now in China, in Asia, they are all maybe sleep. Otherwise, they're all thinking about that, right? Therefore, 7 billion human beings, face same thing. If you think that, oh, this is not just only me. Just I have a lot of friends.
So if you think in that way, that this is not only me, or the 7 billion people in the world and are with me, in this problem, then maybe that also will help to bring your mind, to be more relaxed.
And the Lumba Chiki Chile, Majamni, and Segio, Michi Chile, Kumajana Chicha, Tandayomare, Zambel, Jacob Sama, meet Sama. So
normally we have problem, people like harming each other, stealing things from each other or cheating each other and so forth. But now, nobody is paying attention to that part, and they're all focused, to this one thing, the one disease they're all thinking about.
Right? Diga Zambelig Mitsama, Misachi, but Zongoris, Misachik.
And so that makes like all the people of the world as one family.
We all 7 billion human beings are social animal.
Really?
Oh, that the red was.
So like what His Holiness says about all the people being the social intimate, it's really true now. So all each other.
Diga Karatana, Tan Diga Ganju Namju Pechanayor, Wanganjo Tanum Gumakalaya, Semchen Tamche, Devan Dopa Chinsun, Dumamandoba Chinsun resident, Tan Diga Tata Moni Mungu was.
So normally, like when you talk about meditating or practicing equanimity, thinking of all sentient beings being same, or equal, in wanting to be happy and not wanting any suffering. So this really shows, right? So that everybody is equal now.
Ta lumba tandiga netsun dela teni mi tsama samtsu chingpa yamba, doba chingpa yamba, reva chingpa yamba, ani tata tengi duwa.
And so this shows that all the people have a same wish, and same aspiration, same hope. So this is all equal now.
Okay? 제자 다 nganzu nachuni ani sheba yana ani ta dindegi nasa duwa dara yunga tuzo ani miga sem ani karwa ta 다 차바로 다 가진 대차기 말 고운도 년대 치고 되네지네 텔레 개와치네 아니 단들이지네 용거에서 나더라고요.
And so usually, when we talk about these problems that we face, is because of our desire, then desire for things, more than we really need. So I want this, I want that, and we're not satisfied with what we have, and we always want to have more and more. And because of that, then we go through all these problems.
어쨌든 다 단단 인간이 시대보다 두 장수 삼로 땅땅 다 남주 공자는 들다 삼로도 땅거든 두지 삼로 땅 텐데 이제 대득체나 너도 세명 암라만 팽그레스.
So if you think in that way, that's like what we say meditation. If you meditate or think in that way, then it will help to not have the kind of anxiety or worry in your mind too much.
저도 고에는 같이 단다 뉴질랜드 작업죠 뉴질랜드 작업 나라야 다 가는 도치네 미차마 나를 때 주롱도 마셔왔네 고잡샤에서도 와. 다 가르쳐줬나 뉴질랜드. 아니 다 남이도 두바 쇼쇼 그랬어. police도 다 남이 두바셨네. 대 주기 직세차됐어.
I don't know if you have heard about this news in New Zealand. All the people are sealed inside their house, so their doors are locked and sealed from outside, so they can't go out. And now, because they're all staying inside, the families, and now they get into a fight with each other. And then the families report to the police, and now the police are going to the families to tackle with their family issues now.
그래서 그 군소까지 림바디 루스가니나 아니 다 나래가 저보다 처음 본 요거다. 처음 본 요. 아니 차도 라시 아니 주바시고 있어요.
And the reason behind that is one of the reasons behind that is because I heard these people, they drink a lot of wine or alcohol, and so they don't have a job and they just sit at home and drink alcohol and they get drunk and then they get into fight.
근데 니가요. 다 너와도 파지요 뭐라. 근데 다 단대 갑라야 가지 께 단다 COVID-19 노래 맞잖아요. 께 셴바들이 노래 뭐 용거 sabza 맞잖아.
So I don't think there's a problem like this here in the United States, but anyway, if we don't, if we are not very careful, then, and even if we don't have the problem of the COVID-19, then we can have other problems like that.
제자 안에 다 도체. 드네다 다 나도 나가 말에 지 게임하던 때에 가지 소소 sabza 맞죠. 주로 아니 줘야돼 싫어 니가 좀 맞잖아. 로게 맞으나 다 주로 주는 줘야면도 왔어.
So thinking that, oh, I won't get sick, so therefore it doesn't matter if I go out. Don't think like that. And that's being careless. So if possible, don't go out if you don't have to.
팀에서는 나사대 캔서진도 있어도 다 나남 중에 바지 별랑 남이도 냠도 계산 못 시작이 버렸어. 근데 컨트롤하고 되면 나사 카시에 나사다 자 양조고 틀려져서 나사대. 근데 이제 양배나 주소고 소소고 비 조모저모 지코 나치 나는 야 자와이나 다들 코트라들 아니 가도 투나 겸을 대 마사마치 단단도 전착하지 사업 제고 있어요. 나타는 양조 틀려도 왔어.
And so Geshe has been talking with his families in Tibet that people have this reoccurrence, of that the infection, and so people think that now he's he got it and he got recovered. He doesn't become immune to that. He can still get the infection. So now thinking that your friends who were infected before and now they're recovered doesn't mean that they don't have the infection, or doesn't mean that they won't get infection. So you don't think that it's okay now, so we can socialize with them. Don't think like that. I think for next a couple of months we still have to be careful about that.
다 콘도 따지 책도 다 덴리드 양조 나서 틀랭이 되게 다 몇십만원 거기도 그때 따지지겠다. 단대 되게 제대로 돼서 말이지.
And so they're still testing, about the someone who have recovered, and and then if they get sick again, will they be passing, to other people or not? They have tested that, but they haven't come up with the result yet.
제가 다 자나 되고 되고려야 다 장수 차대 그래서.
So yeah, the China is the best, for this case here now.
가다가마 자나라야 아니 어다 두지 된데자 안에 탐을 가지 삼도 제거도 낸 거죠. 그 남이 참아 그 수번 타보이나 나도 가리네 두 쪽으로 대감라게 고 말했어.
So it's very important, to be careful, and to keep yourself and healthy. If the families are all healthy, then we can all get together again. So no need to worry about that.
Okay? Don't be rushed to meet together, okay? 어떻지? 아, 대난에 다 간조도 딱딱 이야기를 다 간조도 같이 미세대 아니 다시 나오면서 그래서 나등에 되는 요바이나야 아니 삼로테서 자체사 땅나 대야 그래서 다 그냥 나사다 포서 빼 사서 좀 삼랑감라잖아 나사 두고 걸어야 아니 되게 말 둘도 그래서.
So it looks like, we've been quite fortunate, in our community, that nobody is infected. But if we do get sick, then you should be prepared mentally, and then it's it's no need to be worried about. You can do your best, to whatever you can, method you can apply to get better.
아니 샘나야 당하나서 군조라 이치칭이라 왔어. 다 군조라 이치칭이나 아니 군조라 이치치하다. 아니 레겐데 단대군에 소소고게 사샤벨레 단대 겐델 때는 나나버슨 대삼 당고 그래서.
And because we have studied this, Buddhism, and what it explains, is that whatever bad action, bad results, or bad experiences we have is the result of our negative karma. So we should think, if anything bad happens to us, we should think that, this is the result of my negative karma.
다나지가 다 단대 qabla야 아니 자람 보체다 라마 zopa rinpoche 다 배가 나치 배 말에 가지 단대기 줄바 참에 나도 못 잡고 그래서.
And also, all the masters, so the teachers, of different religion, especially like His Holiness Dalai Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and all the great masters, of Buddhism, as well as the other religion masters, are all praying for us.
Okay, I also pray for all of you every day, always thinking on my mind. I don't have power, but just we have the connection for the Dharma brothers and sisters, like that way it's become some common connection, some benefit. 어때? 근데 이제 안에 쇼진의 단장도 야고 좋아하는 되게 전에 나도 밑삼이가 나도 뭐 자기로 소화 자기로 되게 소소 계세 나와 있나야. 되게 살고도 하나 근데 소소 찍고 많이 봐도 소소로 로바이 와도 통고요 그래서.
And so in one way, it's really good because of this, and everybody, all the masters, all the people are praying for us, for all of us. So if we don't get sick, that's very good. And even if we get sick, we don't have to worry. We have all these kind of friends to be with.
다 나중에 다 소소 텐데기 지금 안에 나와들이 쇼마이나 나 만나보다 레버리 그래서 나게들 요나야 아니 나도 돈에도 검다나 아니 야보요 그래서 다 소소 난나 잡아래. 나 나왔지 담블리가 뭐 동시 되게 쳇대 군도 쳇대 있네. 네가 타마 만나 고쳐버 싶더니 삼나 나도 돈랭이 냠는다고 그래서.
And then, of course, it's best, if we don't get sick. But even if we get sick, then we can think in that way positively, and also do some tonglen, practice, the practice of taking and giving. So if you are sick, then just things are just like I'm sick, may all other beings be not sick. And by my experiencing this, may this, the substitute or be sufficient for all the beings to experience, so that they don't have to experience like that.
Okay. 근데 삼로타나타 고 인디미세 고 추쇼 냠레스 개마다 이나 셋당기 딱 삼로타타 베나타 베나 남주베나 소소소 나타지 보이나 딱 가는데 pe 사소 나나소 맞추고 나소 세상 감발에 그래 왔어. 다 네게 단담 다뭐 단다 사야치 간 로타레스. 고 나라서 냠도 못 지에 그랬으라 쓴다고이나.
So normally, if you are only the person who is sick, then we get worried. Oh, I'm sick like that. But now there's all these people together. Yeah, so more than 1 million people have been infected now. So we have all these companies with us.
The experts, or most experts in the world, the doctors, the nurses, or the specialists, they're all protect for us. They're all looking for us how to get up this. Therefore, we have a lot of helpers or a lot of people with us. Therefore, not just you're the one person. If you think about that way, because it's make your mind just calm down. Just if someone got sick, okay? Or today someone 아니 소소래야 아니 지금 삼랑감라 말아야 팽그레 당도 가제 탑시에 그 따뜻지는 삼랑감라 말아 제고요 그래서.
And so if you think in that way, then it will help, to not have worry or anxieties in our mind. And so we have to look for all the means, all the possible means, to help us not have that kind of anxiety or stress.
제가 나도 소소 sab잡지나 그 기운은 조용하면 돼 왔어. 거기 건 조용하면 돼 왔어.
So if we are careful, then it doesn't come, by itself, through the doors or through the window.
그래서 시한테 대화가 소리다. 다 땡고는 가서 장고는 뭐 지금 아니 단 잠을이 참말라야 아니. 다 그로 갈로 람테도 테나라 군주고 로데 정도가 같이 주스연나는 달라마가 지시 같이 주스면은 달라마가 지시 요새 단지 주스 요바이로 왔어. 주스 요바인자 다들 암라서 제고 말했어.
And so just like His Holiness has taught, and it's been broadcasted on many websites, that he also recited from the Guide to the Buddhist Way of Life. It says if it can be fixed, then no need to worry about it. If it cannot be fixed, then what's the point of worrying about it? So because it can be fixed, so we don't need to worry about it.
제가 나왔음 거다 나와니 네 나왔으면 들었다 자나라 빼면서 다 년가 남자 다 미상삼아 나리야 또 쇼는 고점으로 거들이 총소가 다 단다 간지 가로 헬레 차다레스 콘조 당간조 하고 제나 아니 니마를라야 뭐 숨주 아니 민유쇼 때문에 나바 네바 사바야 파르키부터 되도 왔어.
And so like a couple of months ago, 2-3 months ago in China, there was a situation where people had to be locked inside their house. So they had to be locked from outside, so they stay in, and because of the disease increasing so much. But now it has stopped increasing that much. So there's no more than 20-30 people like a sick in a day now it's like that. So they are much more relaxed now.
아니 믹스가 가서 나상군의 요사가 오한세대 다 가서 그냥 내가 사bat 정도면 되세. 당가도 하고 와전에 코도 낳고 다다이 하고 메스로.
And so from what we know, from what we were told or what we know, they said there's no new cases happening in Wuhan city, the epicenter of this disease, where it came from. That's according to what they say or what we know, but in reality we don't know.
나 카트를 아니 코 텐데 코 아니 개반도요데 아니 카트 코 마차데 그랬었다.
So anyway, in any case, it has been changing, and it has definitely decreased now. So therefore, it can be fixed. It can be cured.
다야 그제 니모 제가 가장 엄마 자나라 때문에 강에 태도가 간서 딱 콘도 제탄라 또다 콘도라 메가 가르치는 요 말에 아니 메가 가르치 요 말에 아니 내 칼로 마스카리만 가도 파찰에 저기 왔어 콘도 제탄라 꼭 잡셨어 다 소소 가는데 가네 강에 넣었어. And
then also to blame for ourselves, last time when a couple of months ago when it was increasing so much, in China and especially in Wuhan, and then they were all struggling, to cure the people, to give them all the medical facilities, like ventilations, the mask, and so forth, and they didn't have enough. So then that time we were kind of criticizing them, saying, "Oh, how can they do? Why can't they support this many people and so forth?" But now it's really falling on us. Now we are having the same kind of problem, not having enough medical supplies, in our country even. So we don't understand the problem unless we ourselves experience it. So this is really true.
Right? 제가 그래서 나도 남배 주도 빼 저도 나도 남배 주나 미지 콘도 사이와이나 코 가지 또저 콘도 사죠 말다 코라야 리더 셈거 깡게 요네 아니 코 콘도 사와레세네 너도 대사 말막 코갈 가가 말 코갈 지체 말 코가 가만히 말해서네 파나도 당해 와. 대마 퍼주와라 셈나 강매 연이 대용고요. 생각도 시기 말어.
So that's like what is said in the Buddha's teaching, you know. So like when somebody becomes angry at us, we should not be angry back to them because they're not becoming angry purposely, you know. They have some kind of problem, some mental or some physical problem. Because of that, then they become angry. You know? But we say, no, this person is becoming angry intentionally, and because he said this to me, you know, he looked in that way to me and so forth, and we always blame on others. But you know, we don't see why they become angry. You know, that we don't look at the situations that caused them to become angry.
제가 아니 파초와게 내가다 뭐가 딱 고정문에 강인 로데바다 하모고 지는 건도 될 카모 다시와다 something to 용시고도 대도 정도 다 농주인 바다 근데 아래 다 카모도 왔으면 건도 레슨 다다 레기도 와.
And so now, you know, we understand. You know, when they're in that situation, we say, oh, they become angry. They're not, you know, thinking properly or capable of doing this and that and so forth. So we always blame on them, but they become angry because of their situation, not because they want to become angry like that. So now, you know, when this falls on us, then we understand. Oh yeah, now you know they are not to be blamed for that.
제가 다양 되게 제전에 가서 밀어야 빌림체로 와서 코체마 모체마 텔람냐마 티 펜토 말했어.
And then because of this, you know, we also can, you know, like end up blaming on others. So he didn't do this, she didn't do like that, you know. And because of that, they become sick like that, and so on and so forth. So we never should, you know, blame on others.
제가 아니 가나 다 수입하나 코나송원에 다 수수가 아니 가 자다 가 sabdo 체거든 간들 아니 가도 믹스지가 따다 제토 말아 가도 수치 상제 말아.
And so yeah, from their side, they're all doing their best, you know, to stay out of it. You know, to not get the disease, you know. And so of course we can't tell, you know, who's doing and who's not doing. We can't judge about other person, you know, unless we are Buddha.
제가 그냥 안중원에 다 sabdo 쇼치하지 내가 sabdo 쇼치하지 소전 내에 삼바지 미치겠다 저그바 구장대 노르데 테 펜토 말라나 나도 코로 사그려 봐. 나라도 강시거든 제게로 왔어.
So, like, say, for example, if you're doing, you know, whatever you think is the best, you know, and whatever way you think is the best, you know, so you're doing that, and then somebody else comes and say, "Oh, you are so stupid to do that," you know, then we'll be very angry, right? You know, but because from our side, we did our best, you know, we did our best, you know, to do the thing in the right way.
제가 가다 다 내들 라야 돼 가자 나도 그냥 두시는 그냥 잠수 미다 미퍼래 대장서 어디 간다 파트 주바자 고치는 못해도 주도면 주바자도 주바자 때 저저 시당 미자게도 또 대담해res 펜토고 말했어.
So the reason why I'm, you know, bringing up this is because some people, you know, we always, you know, blame, you know, tend to blame on others, you know, because of this, because of that, he did this like that, you know, and so we should never blame on others, you know, blame or, you know, or interfere in their way of doing the things.
제가 때 저도 가던 것도 잠보지는 라인 받아. 자나라 자나 가르쳐 제대요 말에 자나 가르쳐 도요 말에서 네 코도 쉬운가도 라인 받아. 근데 코도 빼나면 코도 오한라 맨까지 잡서 왔어. 그래도 나봐도 타 아니고 샤는데 가도 관계 셈라. 코도 야고 지금도 정해 맞아. 코도 되면 탑시 매래도 왔어.
It's really true, right? That when China was, you know, dealing with this, you know, a couple of months ago, especially in Wuhan, you know, and then we always blame on them. Oh, why don't they have or, you know, enough supplies, you know, medical supplies, you know, why, you know, were they not ready, you know, why were they not prepared, and you know, all these things, you know, we blame on them. You know? So, and then you see this, they have the hospitals, you know, where they have the beds very close to each other. You know, and we always, when people say, "Oh, they're keeping the patients, you know, very close to each other, and they will get disease from each other," things like that. You know, we always blame on and judge on their way of doing the things. But now, from now, we understand that they were doing their best at that time. You know, whatever they could do, they were doing their best. You know, to tackle with this issue.
제가 딱 간조라 간세 아니 다 뒷염려력이도 다 간조 가르쳐 다 가르쳐나 다 가르쳐고 그래서네 영어도 왔어.
And so we're going through the same experience now, right? So we're trying our best, but of course we're not, you know, not always correct, but we're doing our best, you know, and seeing whatever we can do, you know, to make it correct, you know, what is the best we can do. We're trying that. Everybody's trying that, you know, to do their best.
제가 당이 대랍고 전에 지나서 딱 랍고 남에 봐. 지질라 코체마서 무체마서 코노를 드리금 깨져다 마시 되게 편토 말에 되게 나도 유모야야 깨는 거랬어.
So don't always blame, on others. Don't say, oh, he did this, she did that, oh, he didn't do this way, or she didn't do that way. Don't think like that. That only increases delusions in our mind.
Okay. 어때는 소소 샘라코 드네 그래 다 좋아서 그나 먼저 대leg이 맨날 저한테 가르는 데서 다 되게 많이 내고 그랬어.
So mostly, when we say these kind of things, then we get emotion. If we don't get emotion, then that's okay. You can say it. But most of the time, ordinary people will get emotion.
제상 어때지? 어떻다 땡이 다른데도 주쇼 계절 개말다. 식당 간도 삼로 땅땅. 근데 소소 다 얘는 이거 좋았겠다. 니가라 소소 아니 갑자기 가래 짜 두고 걸 계셔야 돼 말이야.
And so now I'm not really talking about the Dharma. It's just talking about the general things in our life, in the day-to-day life. What should we do at this time? At this time when we are facing this pandemic, what should we do? How do we think and how do we live like that?
제가 다는 가서 매사추슬라 즉 가로 콘도 다는 니가 갈래요 말다. lep시바레스 가진 단 내리 두어 용 시바레스. 가진 가서 레바이나 가진 소소가 남빌라 팔랍 소소다 남조 콘도 컨트롤 제타고 말다는 소소는 가 토베한테 팔랍 잡 가진 나를 대야지 다 야수들에도 와서.
And so it is still not that bad in Massachusetts, but it can get worse, so it can become very dangerous. It's not really dangerous now, but it can become dangerous. And so if it happens, then, it is really important, to advise, one's friends and families, to stay home and, to avoid it. So it says that staying home is the best now.
제가 아니 계속 솔로로 패기 좋아해나 다 단대게 단다다 그런 재택을 집어도 랍자자가 또 수수 따다 라네다다 난다요 말해.
And even if you have to go out for a special reason, then follow the guidelines, of the CDC or WHO and whatever advices that the medical professionals has given, and follow that, and then we should be all right.
Okay. 다 대식당에 지나서 남주 소속이 즉 샘섬로 따다다 니레니레 초제당 걸어야 다 시행급 즉 반다고 잡으셔야 그래.
And so this is just a general, the advice that I'm talking about in general, how we should think in our day-to-day life, right now.
다 나도 남바이 비차니 다 냠레 바이 비차니 다 단대 갑게 다 냠레 제외 고급 야수도 사대도.
And as a Buddhist, this time, is the best opportunity for us to do our practices.
저는 남중감도 샘제담도 대화다 대배치다 대버치 동화다 동화지다 트라버시지 잠보시나 주로 새로 좋아하게 되어 있어.
So normally, when we say, may all sentient beings be happy and possess the cause of happiness, may all sentient beings be free from suffering and, from the cause of the sufferings. When we say that, do we really get the feeling normally?
Usually we don't much get, right? 다 단단 건데 가서 샘제도 동화다 동화지다 트라버시는 땡땡도 좋아하게 그랬어.
But now, if we say that, if you say, may all sentient beings be free from suffering and the cause of suffering, then we really get the feeling.
단대 갑라야 감소 미치려야 간제 아니 리다 샘거 깡게 매워지 가서 찍 치투라고 말 가서 간제 동화 라파는 통고였어.
Because right now we see all these people, with the sufferings, physically or mentally suffering, mentally experiencing or going through some kind of suffering. And so we see the raw suffering now, so it's easy to have that kind of feeling.
제가 다 가서 가상 람름 그 투디 다 장chub some 고메들에 대해 장chub some 공단라 아니 젠데명아 든지 거면서 지금 다자냠제 거네 공단이 온 거래와.
And so in our class, on the Lam-rim teachings, we were at the section where it talks about generating bodhicitta. So the generating bodhicitta, there are two ways. One way is to develop, the bodhicitta through sevenfold cause and effect instruction. The other way is to develop bodhicitta through equalizing and exchanging self with others.
제가 아니 젠데명아 든지 거네 로자들라 다자냠제 거들로 또 참가했어. 다자 가로 다자냠제 거네 로자들라 바지 젠데명아 다티 치료 담이 지었어. 다들 가리네 예. 다 대따다 제마도 가들 가리 대 가리 공부하나 아니 나도 땅좀 공부 그랬어.
And so usually, I think one includes the other, but I don't know exactly which one, so it doesn't matter. So whichever way you want to develop bodhicitta, first you have to meditate or contemplate on equalizing all sentient beings.
알레 단다 다자냠제 거네 로자들라 젠데메가 디도 상게 그래서 젠데메가 딩게 로자들라 다자냠제 이제 참이 찾고 말했어. 어떻게 하셨어?
And so, so when you develop bodhicitta through equalizing and exchanging self with others, it includes all the sevenfold cause and instruction. But when you develop bodhicitta through the sevenfold cause and effect instruction, it doesn't include the equalizing and exchanging self with others.
제자 대고도 당가도 땅좀 댕겨 받고요. 와서 다 땅좀 다 단대 가는 것도 땅좀 공고 다스.
So now, so in any case, it is important to have the equanimity first. So first, you have to meditate or develop an equanimity towards all sentient beings.
다 땅좀 공단이 거요. 와서 한국문에 파서면 다다지다 파종문에 용단이 공고요. 와서.
And so the way of meditating on equanimity is from one's way of thinking towards others and thinking how others are from other side.
왔다 간동원에 가르삼 고르나 아니 샘제 참아 아니 소소라 까대고네 공바이나 아니 쳔데가 파마데 소소 가르쳐 버리 대나지 전에 아니 간도 깨워라 토모메바 인자 아니 가리나 콘도 파마치 근데 콘도 가르쳐 버레스 도시 공탁치 버레스.
And so usually 단지 가래 가도 단용 거면 돼.
단용 공탁들. 담보 편에 가르고네 단용 공탁치 버려 봤어. 가르고네.
단염도 담보 뒤에서 나서 찬양 거면 지금 자동 가서 다이나 단염.
오야. 어제 담보 편에 야 제자 다이나 다이나 이념이 봐. 얘는 이념 봐. 도시 고치 공탁 그래서.
And so first, usually, like when we develop bodhicitta through the sevenfold cause and effect instruction, then you equalize, the sentient beings, by seeing everybody as the same. And so because, the sentient beings, who are friends and enemies and strangers to us now, they are all same in being. So the enemies now are also same, being our friend or stranger. The strangers also same, being our enemies and friends, like that. So first you equalize, all sentient beings, by thinking that they are all equal to us.
어디 아니 대제 아니 되는 단용 공도지. 다 많이 봐야 파종원에야 내가 대원도 저 등한문도 뭐 진통이 많이 치성도 같이 그래서.
And so then other way of thinking of all sentient beings are same is by thinking that they are all same in wanting to be happy and they are all same and not wanting any suffering.
제가 다 단장하도 파조도 그만이다. 미 파종 담벌이 된다. 뭐 동시 뒤 처마 대원도 이제 등한문수만 뭐 섬나 소주가 섬나티 소발레 보고 이제 영화 탑시다.
And so so usually it's like that. So when you're developing bodhicitta through the equalizing and exchanging self with others, then you visualize the equanimity that you think there, is equal. Thinking of all sentient beings are being equal and wanting to be happy and not wanting to suffer. So that's what we're going to meditate on for today. Okay.
제가 다 대리 engado pena semje tsama 수중 ngom라야 아니 등한 문도 봐 징투이 봐 등한 라빠요 봐 징투이 봐 아니 sem나 ngam라요 봐 징투이 봐 sem나 딱 초와로 레고도 요래 마스마치 sem나 거니 직다 띵고는 레서 말고 그랬어.
And so so now think about all the sentient beings, especially all the people in this world who are going through or thinking about this situation and and wanting to be free from that. So they're all same in wanting to be free from that suffering, and they're all same in wanting to be happy. So think about that, not just like that, but really think that they are all same in wanting to be happy and not wanting any sufferings.
이 난게 다 단대가 미참만 잠벌이 뭐 동술 되대 아니 단다 또염 내둑 될어야 아니 자가로 탄덕을로 대 문도 베테 딱 가로 가려고 나다 다 간지 된리게 둥아들라 탄덕을로 아니 둥아들라 딱그 인감라다 세나체다 바치바 춤좀 바다텔로 하고 그래서.
And so we should think of all these people in this world, all the 7 billion people in this world are same, equal in wanting, to be free from this suffering, free from the suffering of the COVID-19. They're all same in wanting to be, free from that suffering and, to be equal in wanting to be happy.
아니 가실라 나타도 폭탑이가 아니 강에 가실라 포 용걸 섬네 샤나까지 근데 그 샤나감라 장장은 두대 담아.
So all these people, they have this worry, or troubled by this disease. Some, either by being infected, or some by thinking that they might get, infected.
제가 안주 제가 텐제글로도 슉침보 제라나 아니 제가 담아서 고칼이 칼라 나로 그래서.
So if we have this kind of very strong thought about others, wanting them to be free from suffering, wanting them to be happy, then our thought of hatred or anger towards them will, slowly vanish.
오케이. 다 도시는 가도 텐제게 단대가게 강에대 소소고 지디. 다 요살에 임버려서 뭐지 삼아지 초발레베도 내지 용어도 아니 도시간도 당은 막 감아 줄수 검작이다.
And so try to meditate on that thought, wanting them to be free from the suffering. Not just like, maybe like this, maybe there is like that, maybe it is like that. Not like just maybe, not thinking like maybe like that, but really like that. So we're going to meditate on that for like about next 5-10 minutes.
아니 소준 되려야 아니 산지 좀 된데 그 집에 산지 다 산지도 산지 선바 남각 왔다고요 선바지. 아니 뒤 소주 꼬라꼬라 차다 다단 잠벌리게 미참아요 선바지. 대사만 아니 콘주 등하다 란체 발라 때네 아니 산지도 산지 선발다 진절하고 제사 두지는 신럽신이 가도 돼야 인다.
And so now visualize Buddha Shakyamuni in the central, in the space in front of you, and surrounded to him are all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 direction. And around yourself, think of all the 7 billion people in this world, and they're all, worried, experiencing the suffering, or worried, thinking that they're going to experience the suffering or of this COVID-19 like that. So imagine that, and then so from your side, and from all the sentient beings around you, are making a request, to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in the front, in the space in front of you, to bless you, to be free from those sufferings. And then from their side, they have a great compassion, and the light and nectar flows down and strikes to all sentient beings, and then that purifies all the negativities and all the sufferings like that. So visualize, do the meditation like that, for next 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay. No, yeah. Tatu chine ani chinazo tisojuna ani ta tanyom te mama jikome tapshi jiswa.
So like that, if you get a time, to meditate on equanimity as much as possible.
And that Tande Kavan meet Pacho and it's Dunga, Ramsempa, Yungo, Lelawa Shakti.
And because right now, it is easy to understand the sufferings of other beings.
Jeda Shanja was Sim said, and Simche Tamchu to the Sanja Tum to Lord.
And so the bodhicitta, is a mind that wishes to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings.
Jeda Simche Kuzula Pento Chegon, T Cheta and Nasanja Komotos.
And so I need to benefit other sentient beings, and therefore I'm going to achieve enlightenment.
Jeda Tanda nurse of the daughter. Nandu Cheta Chanaso Nala dead of she said the Tamil was.
And so just like the message that's given by the nurses and doctors now saying that please stay home for us.
Cheta, take only Shajib Semki, some of the Tataling there.
So isn't that the way of the bodhicitta's thinking, bodhisattva's thinking?
Right? Kind of Shajib Semki and Kerala, yes, Semchi Pento teach the Nasan Komodo Kundus. Kerazu Nanzu Socho, which the Kerana de said, pay out.
And so like saying in the bodhicitta it says in order to gain in order to benefit others, I must gain enlightenment. And so then it's very similar to for me to protect me, please you stay at home.
Right? Oh, that Rota Chibarura, Kaji, Shajib Sems, Shajib Sem was somewhat Tanda said the call Nibachi Red was.
And so the bodhicitta way of thinking is a very powerful one.
And the Tindega Shajib was sent the Kevala at a dig Nanda and the Hassam Seki. Shajib sent that Semja Tapjo, the Sanjay Tomna and Beta Lo to do some suggestions. They Kevala, Ting and the Hassam Seki.
And so bodhicitta, like I mentioned, is the mind wishing to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. And before you can have that, you have to develop that superior intention, altruistic mind or superior intention, taking the responsibility upon oneself, to free others from sufferings.
And the Tele Kevala Ting Elaya and Jella and the Teveke, Seven Nijimo Shuchimojimana, Tin the Tratugo.
And so that kind of superior intention, which is a mind, taking the responsibility upon oneself to free others from suffering, thinking that I myself, will free them from suffering, not just thinking that may they be free from suffering, but thinking that I myself will free them from suffering. So in order to have that thought, thinking that I myself will free them from suffering, you have to have the wish wanting them to be free from suffering, which is the compassion.
That Tendriga Niji Shichimo Yawala, and the Semjet Yoto, Yongo Shamba Shuchibo.
In order to have that compassion, wanting others to be free from suffering, you have to have that affectionate love towards other sentient beings.
Tendriga Yongo Shamba Shuchibo, and Pachola Petondego Lo, and it's Tenla, that Tinchella Telepan Jedego, Tendrishu.
And in order to have that affectionate love, you have to have the wish, wanting to repay their kindness.
Tendriga Tunzo Levala, and that to the Tango, Karichimo Hako Gores. The Levana Tunzo the Tatako Bistangres.
And then in order to have that thought wanting to repay their kindness, you have to think about their kindness. First think about their kindness, and then you will have that wish wanting to repay their kindness. So in order to have that thought wanting to repay their kindness, you have to have the thought that thinks about their kindness.
That the young Langanzo Pevega number in Dictionary, Nanzo Massa de Shirakarichimo, Neza, Mashita Kiko.
And then in order to think about their kindness, then you have to think how they have been kind to you, And in Buddhism, of course, we use the method, and not just a method, but in the reality, that all sentient beings has been our mother, how they have been our mother. And at the time when they've been our mother, how kind they have been to us.
And the thing Mashi said, and the Massa de Macheva Kalakarichimore,
And so then the thing about the sentient beings, how they've been very kind to us at the time when they've been mother. And not only they've been kind to us when they have been our mother, but even at the times when they have not been our mother, they've been very kind. So think about their kindness in that way. So at this time, so many people have been very kind to us, right? But they're not all our mother now at this time. And of course, they have been our mother at some time, but not at this time. This time, they're very kind, but they're not our mother. So in that way, so also you can think of this situation where so many people are working so hard for us to be free from this situation, this issue, the COVID-19 now. And so think about them. They are not our mother now, but they are very kind to us in that way. And so think about any sentient beings. In this case, it would be a mother, but you can think of anybody who has been very kind to you. So think about one sentient being has been very kind to you.
다들 야로와나 딘디게 아니 소소까지 첨보도 되나 아니 되게까지 마다 대 시와이나 아니 콜 키가 천데 제가 코까지 첨보도 제가 코까지까지 편도가
So when you understand that sentient being has been, then you will understand how kind that sentient being has been to you. So that's why it is important to think about all sentient beings as your mother and having been your mother.
딘디 맛이 되나 까리 어떤 콜라 까리 나라 까리치마도 콜라 파야 제고도 삼도로 깨그래 주소서에 깨고요.
So then, and as you go, in the order, in the forward order, and then earlier we think of the backward order. Yes, so now the forward order. So first you think about them, sentient being, think about all sentient being has been your mother, and then think about their kindness. So when you know that they've been your mother, then oh yeah, they've been very kind to me at the time when they've been your mother. And now they think about the kindness, and then you will have the wish, to repay their kindness.
가리침으로 봐야 보통들 팔아 안에 콜라 팔아로 봐야 소고도 상거리가 가데나 트윗 개만하냐래 데리고 말아왔어.
So just like so when we think about somebody who has been very kind to us, then we always think about, oh yeah, they've been very nice to us, so I should be nice to them too. So we don't always think about taking only the good things from them. Think back to them, right?
대연은 미 말없잖아 그래서.
If it is like that, then it would be very dishonest.
근데 미 타치 마나 가데나 투 로바체 되게들라 당니 콜라 파치 제고도 서로 깨그래서.
And it would be like very dishonest or somebody with very bad thoughts or intention or behavior, right? Who only think about taking advantage from others but not doing anything to help others.
근데 주소체나 그 가데테 텔라 트셔널이나 아니 메도코 영어 샴바 아니 메도 야보소나 삼벨로 코 다시 깨버렸어.
And so when you think about doing something good, to them, repaying their kindness, then you will always think about doing good for them, think about, wish for them, wish for them to be happy, wish them. So that's the loving kindness, affectionate love. And then just as you, have this affectionate love, wanting them to be happy, then you will automatically will have that thought, not wanting them to be going through any suffering or problems. So that's the compassion. And then, so then when you have that one wish, wanting them to be free from suffering, and not just thinking that, oh, may they be free from suffering, but saying, I myself will do something to free them from suffering. So taking that responsibility upon oneself, to free them from suffering. So that's the superior intention. And so that's the altruistic attitude, right? So, and then with that, so when you have that, I myself will do, but how do I do that? Also for that, I must become a Buddha, And then that thought, wanting to become a Buddha to benefit them, to free them from suffering. So then that's the bodhicitta.
제가 ngama 영화라 아니 심마심마 거 그랬어. 심마심마 깨와라 ngama야. 아니 심마심마 깨나 가로. ngama
겨울은 나만 먹고 그랬어.
가로 다들랍대.
치마치마 겨울은 나만 먹고 그랬어.
어때 치마치마 깨와라 ngama 그래.
나만 먹으면 치마치마 겨울.
치마치마 빠트용 그랬어.
So if you, in order to have the later ones, you have to have the previous ones. But if you have the previous one, then later one will come, by itself.
다 더도 참아 영화라 단데 맛이 내려야 아니 따뇽세들래 그래. 참에 따뇽세들래 그래. 따뇽세.
And so just like I mentioned earlier, and so before you can have that thought of all sentient beings, as being your mother, recognize all sentient beings as a mother, you have to have that equanimity, towards all sentient beings. And so right now, at this time, in this looking at this situation, and being in this situation now, it is easier for us to have that equanimity, right? And so just meditating on the equanimity itself, can, to gain the realization of the equanimity itself, takes months and years, And so right now, it is really easy for us to understand, right, that all sentient beings in this world, especially all the human beings in this world, are same or equal in wanting to be happy and not wanting any sufferings. And so as a Buddhist practitioner, it is really good, to meditate on these topics, and especially starting with the equanimity as much as you can if you have time at home. And so like even if you are not very in a good term with your neighbor, usually, but at this time, if you hear that your neighbor has the disease, got infected, and you will not feel very happy either. You'll not feel happy for them either, right? So he says, oh, that's good that he got that. So instead you think, oh, poor guy, what and then what can we do to help him to get rid of this disease? And so because at this time we can all see that the raw suffering, the disease, the infection. And so when you see the suffering directly, or not seeing it directly, that makes a big difference. And so now, right now, whether they have been, interacted with disease or not, they all have that some kind of worry, And so we can feel that, we can have that kind of feeling towards all sentient beings. And so at this time, as meditate on equanimity towards others as much as possible. And so either by thinking of them as being equal to us, in terms of being a friend, if they have been friend, then they're being equal to the friends, equal being friend. If they have been an enemy, then they're all equal in being enemies to us. So that way they're all equal. Think of them as all equal. Then other way is by thinking of them as being equal and wanting to be happy and equal in not wanting any sufferings. And also at the same time, pray for all those people who are working really hard in the front line, to help others, to overcome this disease. So please, pray for them.
Okay. And some of come home time tapshi.
And so if you have time, then try to meditate in that way as much as possible.
Also maybe not 24 hours. Maybe you have family, husband or wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, someone there, then they will be bored. What's doing that? I'm just leave that. The meditation all day. Not like that. You have to accompany with them. But if you don't have like that, you just by yourself, you can do more meditation. I already mentioned before, try to keep busy your mind and body both. Otherwise, you stay all day, eat, stay all day, then you come out, become a little bit big. We don't want that, right? Therefore, you can do exercise, you can Therefore, try to. We are the Buddhism. We use that, tool for the Buddhism philosophy. Exercise our mind. You're the, how you say, the scientist person also exercise for that way, what they're doing, what they say, what they're doing, okay? Like that was. Okay, any questions? You can raise your hand.
If you have a question, you can either raise your hand or just unmute yourself. But best to, there's a way to electronically raise your hand there.
You can use the electronic hand, not physical hand.
Does everybody see that? Okay, so Lon, you have a question.
Yes, I have a question. So with the 7-point instruction, the 6th one says responsibility. I don't know, is that what you mentioned before about wanting to become a Buddha to...
That's a superior intention. The 6th one, right?
Yeah, the 6th one.
Yeah, that's the superior intention. Superior. Yeah.
Intention.
Mm-hmm.
No, I say, okay, I have to do. I am the person who doing that.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to do it. That's so not just wanting them to be free from suffering, but say I myself will free from them suffering. So that's the superior intention.
So that's the responsibility. So
the responsibility, taking the responsibility upon oneself to free them from suffering.
Okay.
You're the voluntary.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yes, Geshe, I got a little confused when you were talking about bodhicitta from the nurse's side telling us to stay inside.
Yeah.
Can you just go through that one more time, please?
Tsongkhapa. Nanzugo samudantala mi shempa chobiagi cheta ani nga nanga denga ko soso nal de ka Khensur nata mago chidarawa.
So, so the reason why we stay home is so that others will not get disease from us, right?
Okay, yes.
So like that. Now, so bodhicitta is thinking about others. So in order to benefit others, I'm going to gain enlightenment. Just like that. In order to protect them, I'm going to stay home.
Right, right.
So that would be like a similar thought, with the bodhicitta.
Cheta nganzugo nurse da members la kale manjeve cheta nganzo nala dena kutata yungu was.
And so if we think that, okay, so this is going to, if I, stay at home, then it will not, spread the disease to others. And then it will not, cause problem for the nurses and doctors. If we think like that and stay home, then that becomes like
okay. I'm missing
others. Yeah.
I thought from the nurse's side.
Yeah. I'm talking about that. Yeah. Cheta nurses like those. That nurses do ko some ma nyoshe dar kate. Ani ngay chana su cheta lega chega. Chana so yang nganzu cheta nala dero chisa was. Cheta ko some da yang do. Ngay chana su cheta lega chega yos. Cheta chana so yang nganzu cheta samutana na nganzu panika pape yago yang do.
다 디디 간데 코라스나 디디 간데 전에 전주 승기 삼도다나 간데 좀 거랬어.
제가 용도 없나. 지나서 다 건조 카드면 돼. 지나서 날 대화대 가르치더라. 난조 소조 제치 대에 남산나. 아니 지나서 야 용거 좀 대대 따다 용도 왔어. 난조 뭐냐.
코라스나 당한 전주 삼바데 결혼도 참 유나시도 나도 지겠어. 그러다 내가 상기 고도 쓰고라. 이나도 잔주 잔도 너스 저기 때문에 나가 가면 셔도 때문에 결혼 나로 되실라도는 나랑 섬단 거라. 근데 잔주 삼백 섬단을 말아왔어.
제가 고등 삼다도 말되네. 고등 나들 다 하고 책도 왔어. 제가 마서는 나도 삼네 날 들었잖아. 나도라야 샤접 셈 주말을 가로 꿀마로 책도 왔어.
And so, like Geshe was saying that they're not thinking like bodhicitta, but making you think like a bodhicitta, bodhisattva. You making you think like bodhisattva. So, if you don't care and if you like, for us, to not give problem to us, to the doctors and the nurses, please stay at home like that, So that's like encouraging or inducing you to stay home, to protect others and especially the nurses and doctors.
Okay.
그러나 콘도 삼다는 게 뭐다 근데 지나서다 지나 대고서는 좀 부족하지. 다 내가 콘도라 패도 제가 됐었나? 지나서는 대야겠지. 샘주 마 요리 근데 삼삼 레기여서 다 있어 봐 왔어.
And so like he says we go to work for you and you stay home for us, so like that. So when the slogan, so then so if that will help, if you say oh no, stay home, then maybe you might not listen. But when they say in that way, it makes you that, oh yeah, it is really good, so I should stay home like that.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Geshe.
Any other questions?
Yes, Geshe. So you were talking about thinking that if we get sick, we can think it's our karma to get sick. Should we also think that the karma has to meet with the conditions, so that if we can stay home, we try to keep the karma from meeting with the condition to get sick? Is that correct?
So if you stay at home, you're meeting with the condition?
So the karma has to meet with the condition in order for it to ripen.
That's right.
So if we stay home, then maybe the karma won't meet with the condition for us to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the correct way to think?
그래서 가장 간도 나와 있는 때 간도 수술 내기 전 나와를 쓰고라. 다 가서 간도 나오나 대바 있나다 레디 여바 있나다 레디 다 깬다 마트냐 콜레 민기 말아.
예.
이제 저때는 나오나 대바 대야 되기 때문에 레 깬다 마트야 실 때는 팽기를 했어.
어디 팽이 때대 팽이.
Yes. So that's one of the reasons why we shouldn't go out, because if we go out, then that will be the condition for us to interact with the disease and then get infected. So if we don't go out, then yes, we might, even if we are karma, we might not get the disease. Yeah.
아니 드네 다 되게 고 제와도 마음에 바라라 나도 개와 전에 되게 아니 다 그런 제와도 고 매워서도 그랬어.
So yeah, we have all sorts of karma, the karma to die right now, but if that karma doesn't meet with the condition, then it will not happen. Yeah. So before the karma ripens, what we can do is we can kill it or eliminate it by doing some virtuous practices, and so that's what we should do.
제가 제와도 마음에 바라야 제와도 마음 가요 그랬어. 제와 문세에 가려야 그 제주 마뉴를 맞대 지냐고 그랬어.
And so we can avoid, the result, before it ripens. Once it's ripened, then there's nothing we can do, but to experience it, either in a big way or a small way.
그래. 제자번에 나도 나사도 마요 갈 단에 나사도 가야도 왔어. 다 나사 좋은세에 갈고 예를 들어 맞대 코치 나고기로 왔어.
So right now, if we, are not, then we can avoid it, by not coming into contact with the people who are sick and so forth. But once we got the disease, once we are infected, then there's nothing we can do but to go through that suffering.
Okay. 제가 다 단대 갈라 가서 배 세명 브라든 지금 당연히 그냥 그런 나주 마셔도 뺏는 것이 모르겠어.
And yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, it is important to not be careless at this time,
Okay. 근데 나도 준지와나 준저 라판 주거나 저도 라판 주도다 sabda 맞을 라부 소자가 왔어.
It's like catching a snake. You can catch a snake with your hand, but if you are careless, then you might get bitten by a snake.
But here the snake's very kind, very the snake's very peace, right? In India and Tibet, they will bite you. They have also the poison. You have to be very careful, catch the teller, then you can told her that you can hold like this. They cannot jump. Otherwise you leave that, they'll come like this way. You know, when I was a kid, I catch a lot of snakes. I was in a nomad. Then we go to our, the mountain. We don't just look at the nomad, yaks. Then we don't have much things to do. Then we sometimes catch the snake. The kids, we just we're careful. Small stick, hold down the head. Then other hand catch the tail. Then we jump that. Then you do like this. They cannot, come out, come out. Otherwise, you just hold. They will come up like this way. But you have to do like this. They cannot come up. But we didn't kill. We just, found the kids, like that. It's very.
So yeah, be careful and be conscientious. Is very important.
Okay. Okay. If we don't have question, I hope all of you have safe mentally, physically. Then keep too busy much as you can. And the weather become good, you go to back to your backyard, do some clean. I just try to make sure you get too busy. Don't stay your computer just watch the news, what they're talking about, what's going on now. What it makes for us very worry also, very stressful. Therefore, nothing to do. We always broken with always bad things. They don't say very good things. Therefore, it makes for us more stressful. Then also it's easy if you don't, even this time it's good to even your family members don't go each other's house. Just stay your own home. It's more safe. You don't know who got that. This symptoms are very serious. If someone get, but that person doesn't know you have, but you can give other people. Yes, because right now all the scientists they checking every day. But I am talking with all the Tibetans in the Tibet right now. They can find all the informations in China what happened. Therefore, some people you got that you don't know you have, but you can give other people. Therefore, it's very dangerous. Some people but they don't know where they got also. Therefore, the best vaccine just stay home. Also, if all your family members, who live with you, then your family live with your neighbors. Just don't come. Just stay. It not means you're a very bad person. Just if you want to talk each other, you can use the Facebook Messenger, the FaceTime. You can use the Zoom. You can talk like the family. You can say, "Yeah, I cook like this food. What you cook?" You can share each other's food. You can do something, any kind. You don't have to stay home very silly. So what's going on tomorrow? What happened tomorrow next week? Because it makes for us to more stressful. Therefore, try to make of course, you're a good practitioner. It's best time to practice, but even not, just keep your mind and body busy with you, not all the others. Okay? Okay, now you can finish. Thank you.
Thank you, Geshe.